This is. This is this is the spiritual, yet the mental. This is the mental, the mentality, the psychological aspect, the houses. Okay, so that's why I put psychological. All right, so whenever you see that on the paper, think mental or psychological. Okay, chakras are energy centers in and outside of the body that you can't necessarily see, but you know it's there. Like you can't see magnetism, but you know it's there. If you put two magnets together, you know there's a force there. So that's what chakras are, energy centers within the body. You're an electrical being. You attract all the time. You manifest things all the time through this right here. Okay? See, this is manifestation right here. Mental aspect, thinking it. This is what's going on in your psychological space, right? And then before it gets to the physical, it has to go through these energy centers. And depending on how your energy centers are, gives you what you get, if that makes sense. So if you have something that's out of whack, you're going to get something out of whack. But it's in alignment with you. So it's not necessarily out of whack. It's just out of your forefront of your mind. That's why you get things that come to you that you don't necessarily feel like you deserve or want, because something is out of whack. Okay, you're not fully in alignment, but these chakras are always active. Even though they're blocked, even though they're overloaded, they're active. Okay. Yeah, and then zodiacs are, again, generalized characteristics, in my opinion, or my definition of it. Generalized characteristics, okay? And I put physical because the word character, okay? You think about characters, you think about like people role playing. You see people, so you see the manifestation of it, physical. And each zodiac is assigned a body part. Like it's assigned a couple body parts, or that's what anatomy is. Anatomy is body parts. This is how I do. So let me see. This is mine, and I'm basically starting with root chakra. Okay, that way I can have something to clip off and then post on my page. But I'm gonna start with the root chakra, and then I'm gonna go down exactly how I put it on the board. So first thing I look for. Well, actually, this is not the first thing I look for, but first thing I look for, if somebody comes to me with something going on with, like, let's say their head, that's Aries. So I would automatically look here or here, but depending on, I would go from the bottom up, and that would let me know, okay, so this area of your life, you need to tweak your mentality in these areas, right? But that will be considered root chakra due to whichever house it's in. All right, so stability, safety, foundation, security, groundedness. Think being anchored, or being solid. Okay, it's a whole lot more, but that's the gist of what root chakra represents. Okay, that's what root chakra represents, right? With that in mind, the houses that are on your birth chart that are associated with the root chakra are the 10th and 11th house. The 10th and 11th house. Okay? The root chakra. All right? There are two houses that deal with the root chakra. There are two for each. Okay, so that's another thing I'm going to point out. The only thing that's not on here, chakra-wise, is the crown. Because this whole thing, if you was to flip these houses upward, or look at this from like a point of view from the top, it would be a crown. Okay, so having a crown, you would be able, like, okay, how can I put this? If all of these things would be fulfilled, and you were healthy in all areas, there would be a crown. Like, it would activate. Like, you would have a rainbow, per se. You would have a bright, beautiful rainbow, if you want to put it like that. Okay, that's the best way I could put that for right now. Career, long-term goals, purpose, masculinity, fathers, public image. Okay, that's 10th house. And then the other house that's associated with the root chakra will be groups / friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, wishes, hopes, and the future. It's a couple more, but like I said, you can either get it on Google and download the picture for yourself, or y'all can hit me up in the DM and I'll send it to you somehow. Now, let's dissect why this is important regarding the root chakra. When we think about, let's say, when we think about a career or long-term goals, you would have to be set in some type of foundation. You have to be anchored to something in order for it to be a career, versus having a job that you leave in a year, you don't have no goals for it, or maybe 2 years or a couple months, you only stay in there for a couple months. That's more so a job. But a career is something that you invest in, right? You put your all into it. Like you plant your seed into, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to stand for, this is what I'm going to build on right here. I'm not going nowhere. I see myself doing this long term. So that's where you get long term. Okay, you feel like this is your purpose, or it could be something else that you feel is your purpose, but you feel like you're rooted in something. Masculinity, okay, male energy in the in the root chakra, okay, in the 10th house. You know how important fathers are in the house. Having structure, having that sense of foundation, or that sense of security. Sense of security, stability, okay, safety, foundation, groundedness. A male's gonna keep, the man should, or someone of masculine energy should be the one that, helps to keep things grounded, or earth sign, whatever. The 11th house for groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, wishes, hopes, the future. Now, I'm gonna hit on groups and friends real quick, because that is very key in you. Because as we all know, birds of a feather flock together, right? And most of the time, if you in a certain crowd that gets in trouble or whatever, even though you might not have done something, you're going to be also chastised for it because you're with them, right? But as it pertains to just friends overall, the people you are around on a daily basis, or your best friends that you've known for a while, they do play a key role in how you develop as well. Because even though they're outside of your home, they are an influence to you as well. So that's why I feel like that's in the root chakra too. That's very important. That's just key. If you are actual friends with someone, you have to be rooted in some type of common ground with this person in order to even want to be around this person. Because you call this person your friend because you can trust them. You already got you have something established, so foundation, things like that. So your friend group plays a key role in you being rooted in something too. Whatever they're rooted in, I'm quite sure you find common ground in or whatever to where y'all friends. That plays it depends on your friend group, okay? That's not all cases, but most cases. Generalized statement. But those play a key role in the root chakra process. But yeah, that's, root chakra, 10th and 11th house. And I explained the 3 words that I look for within this chart. Like I said, if anybody would like one, just hit me up. And for those that do have this, you can just trash the old one if you want. What I did was, and if you look at your temple template, I only have one house. I got whatever was in that house, and I got but what I did was I mixed them due to the chakra, so I shortened it and made it sweeter for y'all. But for sure, I just wanted to get something to clip so I can post it and have something that people can go to if they ask me about root chakra. I'll do more videos on root chakra, but I just want to get something on my page about this stuff right here. And I'll break down the other houses later on, or I could do it one-on-one with y'all. If you end up getting, this general breakdown, it's still going to be called a temple template. Matter of fact, it's a revamp of it. But if you get it, I'll explain it to you just as much as I explain this. But I just kind of wanted to put something, up on my pages and stuff. So, yeah.